The Digimon Universe Appmon project is about to begin. Every single time I made a video about this, there's always been a lot of people asking, what's an Appmon? Or why this Appmon idea? I've been wanting to make a video about this for a while. Let me go ahead and try to answer those two questions, and also what this means for Digimon in general going forward. We'll first start off with, what exactly is an Appmon? Let's first look and answer that for Digimon. What's a Digimon? Literally from the name Digimon, we get digital monster, or a monster made out of data. There are also other things involving Digimon, like Digimon living in their own world, the digital world, the concept of Digi-Eggs, but let's keep it simple for now. By the definition, Appmon are AI lifeforms that have the ability to think and act. These Appmon exist in the boundaries between the human world and the digital space. They allow people and systems that have interfaces to interact. Basically, these Appmon are digital creatures that embody an app, like the ones on your smartphone. For example, go ahead and look at your phone. I'm sure you either got a Twitter app or the one for Google Maps. An Appmon for those two will be Subimon or Navimon. You could think of these two as living AI creatures that are responsible for making your app do what it does in the background. When we take a step back, they don't appear to be too different. A Digimon is a digital creature, and an Appmon is also a digital creature, just a more specialized one. Based on this, it seems that Appmon could be simply seen as a subset of Digimon. It seems similar to what Armored Digimon, Spirit Digimon, and the Cross Digimon are. They're a subset of Digimon, but altogether still Digimon. So this turned out to be a long way of saying that Appmon are also digital creatures, hence Digimon, right? Turns out, it might not be so simple. We'll get back to this question. Let's move on to the important question. Why Appmon? Let's look at a few things before I try to answer that. We just got a better idea of what these Appmon actually are, but why go in the direction of Appmon? Someone in one of my past videos for Appmon asked a great question. Are these Appmon just a spin-off of Digimon? I had to think about this for a while. I personally like to think that the Frontier season and the Cross series are best seen as a spin-off of Digimon. It's really just based on how they're so different from the seasons that came before them. Just my opinion, and Appmon seems to fit this. If you go by the actual definition of a spin-off, it doesn't necessarily apply to this whole Appmon project. From everything we've seen about Appmon so far, the project seems like it's a complete refresh. In other words, a fresh start. Yes, Appmon are digital creatures, just like Digimon, but that's about it. This whole Appmon project seems less and less like a spin-off, but instead more like a complete new franchise. They're trying really hard with this Appmon project to set it apart from Digimon altogether. With that in mind, let's go back to the original question. Why Appmon? Perfect timing. A new interview with the producer and supervisor of this Appmon series just came out from Anime Media. I already had thoughts about this Appmon project, and this really just helps to add more evidence to what I originally thought. It's a pretty long interview, but here are the key points that they do mention. They went into this Appmon project to create a new non-Digimon series. The goal was to remove Digimon from Digimon, something like escaping out of the shackles that Digimon has become. The idea behind this is a modern era Digimon. We could think of this as, what would Digimon be if it were created today with our current technology? The part about removing Digimon from Digimon seems a little confusing, but they do expand on that. They mention how old Digimon animes after Digimon Adventure were restricted. They were pigeonholed into the model that the first series has set up. For example, the series keeping some chosen or destined children, Digidestined in the dub, the concept of Digivices, the digital world, and similar goggle-head main characters. They talk about how a lot of this stuff seems outdated to them. The idea of this Digivice in a world where smartphones are everywhere. I actually happen to agree with a lot of their points. I do have to mention though, how the main character has an Apply drive. It's basically a new Digivice. It actually seems more like a PET from the Mega Man NT Warrior series. Rest in peace, Mega Man. What's interesting is that they do mention a very strong focus on AI for Appmon. The 2045 AI problem is brought up. For those not familiar, this is a prediction that AI will surpass human intelligence by 2045. Still a while ago, around 30 years. At this point, Skynet will be awakening. Or was it Genesis now? They hope to explore some of these questions in this new anime. What's the difference between AI and humans? What exactly is AI? For those of you guys I mentioned that this does not feel like Digimon at all, perfect. That's been one of their intentions all along. We now come back to the original question, why Appmon? I think they've given us a pretty clear answer. They want to create a story for children or kids that are growing up in our current world, a world where smartphones and tablets are everywhere. Reading between the lines a little bit, basically a lot of ideas of Digimon are outdated. So it does seem like they want to start completely fresh with this. From the report they released, this Appmon project is targeting kids that are anywhere between 10 to 12 years old, or younger. All of us old school Digimon fans are just too old now. If we just look at the Digimon audience here on YouTube, over 70% of us are between 18 to 34 years old. Mostly male too, by the way. We're way beyond the people they hope to target. So as to why Appmon? Well, we just got their reasons. They seem to be going all out with this Appmon project. There's a new anime in October. There's a 3DS game coming out pretty soon. They're even starting off with a free extended demo starting next month. There's 2 upcoming Appmon mangas that are going to be released too. We've already seen all the Appmon toys. There's a ton of them. This includes the Apply Drive and all those Appmon chips. There also is this Appmon trading card game. They even have some function with some arcade machines. Let's also not forget, at this point, Digimon is almost 2 decades old. It's already pretty well established, and it has a lot of baggage. Despite their best efforts, it's really only been a modest success so far. I might get into this in a future video. One hope with this Appmon project is to start off with a clean slate. After all of this, you might be wondering to yourself, why even associate this with Digimon? The Appmon project from the start was announced as being part of this Digimon universe. There's really just one word for it: marketing. The Digimon brand may not have turned out to be the success that they wanted, money-wise, but there are millions of people worldwide that do know of it. By tying it together with Digimon, at least part of the older existing audience will be familiar and might even check it out. I'm sure hardcore Digimon fans must also be wondering right now, what about Digimon? Digimon as we know it. What's gonna happen to it? Is this the end of Digimon? It's honestly tough to answer that completely at this point. The ideal scenario for us would be that these 2 franchises live in parallel with each other. Hopefully, they continue to release new Digimon Story and Digimon World games. A new anime is pretty unlikely at this point. Right now, we still got Digimon Tri for a while. What happens next for Digimon honestly really all depends on whether this Appmon project is a success or not. Ironically, a huge success could be bad for Digimon as we know it. Worst case scenario, Appmon is huge. People go crazy for it worldwide. Executives now shift most of their resources towards Appmon. Digimon gets less and less attention. At the same time, Appmon might try to distance itself from Digimon more and more. You could bet money on it that Digimon logo will start getting smaller and smaller. It might even just go away. It's not all terrible news though. Gaming wise, we do have some hope. Right now, we do have Digimon Masters that we all love to hate. It seems like this is more or less coming to an end soon. There is great news for mobile though. Digimon Heroes just got released earlier this year globally, and it's making a killing. There's also Digimon Soul Chaser, that just got expanded to new areas just recently. And finally, we also have Digimon Lynx. Out of all the Digimon games out so far, this one might make a killing worldwide too. It's really just a matter of time until they do release it. At least looking at the current Digimon gaming map, they could have decided that it's better to stick with mobile for Digimon. Expect to see more and more Digimon stuff on mobile in the future. All hope isn't lost just yet for Digimon. We're very likely going to keep on seeing more future Appmon based on Digimon that we all know and love. With that said, go ahead and check out the top Digimon that I like to see get an Appmon version. We just found out about the Great Demon Lord getting an Appified version. I wonder who's next. Go ahead and let me know how you guys feel about this whole Appmon project, especially after what I just went over. Do you guys think this could be the end of Digimon? Be sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed this breakdown. I would really appreciate it. At this point, I'm finding myself spending more hours on making videos than even hours on putting into my full-time job. It's pretty crazy. For more awesome and in-depth videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to the channel. There's several videos coming out each week. and I'll see you guys later.